All right, so I got the base all assembled. Remember that picture. It wasn't as hard as it looked. I made the mistake of unpackaging all of these things before I looked at the letters on there, like we do, but they're different. So in the instructions, it was like, put this one opposite of each other. There's only two with holes in them. They're the long ones, and it's obvious to put the long one under the other long one. That wasn't hard. But then I got to this part where we're talking about putting the bolt in. The thing sits nicely on here. I was a little surprised that it just sits flat on the flat metal surface. Maybe I ought to put a rubber thing in between for as expensive as this is, but you know, that's not what we're doing right now. But this picture here with the bolt, you see it says H1, H7, H6. Well, when you come over here, H1's a bolt, right? 3 bolts, 3 holes, that was easy. H7 is a lock washer, and H6, HP6, is a washer. So, bolt, 7, lock washer, bolt, lock washer, washer, then nut. Well, that's not right. When you use lock washers, the lock washer goes against the nut so that it can lock the nut, and then the washer goes, right? When you have a bolt in play, the lock washer doesn't go against the bolt. I had to Google this and look at a few different sources last night because I didn't realize that there was such a big difference between if you're just using a bolt or if you're using a bolt and a washer. So if you're just using a bolt, and if this bolt were threading into something and then we wanted to use a lock washer to keep it from backing out, then yeah, you put the lock washer against the bolt head, because that's what the turning part is. But we're not doing that. We're putting this here. We want the washer in place because the washer will keep the metal from pinching in when you tighten your bolt down. I know this because I've done it before, and I've watched the metal pinch in as I was doing it, and sometimes there's nothing you can do to undo that. And then you want the washer to protect the under part, and then the lock washer to hold the nut. This thing's going to vibrate a lot. That's why you want that. You don't want it to vibrate back out. So we use that, or we would use one of the nuts with the little rubbery stuff in there. Keeps it from backing out too. But either way, that's where we're at. I'm gonna screw these guys in here, and then I'm gonna figure out where the rest of this stuff goes.